Good morning, YouTube. This morning I'm going to do a review slash talk through of some skulls I have from Bliss. I don't know if you've heard of them or seen the advertising, but they have a pretty big advertising campaign and they sell some pretty cool products. If you're interested in skull decor, wall decor, things of that nature, you've obviously or have thought about in the past, looking for some types of cow, deer antlers, deer skulls, buffalo, ram, things like that to hang on the wall. And if you go to antique stores and stuff, you see them everywhere. If you live in the country, they're everywhere. But when you look for a little bit more upscale stuff and start looking up carved skulls, Bliss is what usually pops up. And there's other people that do their own skulls, and they are much more expensive than Bliss. And while I've seen those, I haven't owned those. I have owned 4 or 5 skulls from Bliss, and they do amazing work, and their customer service is outstanding. They have several different options, several different things to choose from. Like I said, they do cows, longhorns, buffaloes, rams, and they have several different options within those categories. Different styles of carvings, different colors, whether you want the horns carved, metallic inlay. It's crazy the amount of options you have for the price. So I'll go ahead and talk through a few that I have and give you kind of an expectation. If you order a skull from Bliss, what should you expect? One, it comes from, I think it's Philippines or Thailand or it's one of those Asian countries there that that actually produces these. And when you go on their online and look, they usually have great sales. So for a carved buffalo skull, right now they're like $300, and it's amazing what you get for $300. I mean, you can look at the size of this. Details in the carving. For $300, that's an amazing deal. You spend $300 in ammo one day at the range. These things are, it's a great value for the price. Also, for around a $300 range, you can get a BOHO Ram skull. It's also great detail. I'll start off by saying it's an amazing deal for the price. So you order, they receive your order, and usually within a week, week and a half, they've got your order shipped, which is for a custom skull is great in my opinion. And they also, it ships to your door pretty fast. Now, one of the first few skulls I ordered for them came in a cardboard box. And I did have problems with one skull. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But after that, every skull they've sent me has come in a thin wooden box. It's taped together very well, shipped very well. very safe on every one that I've received except the one. And when it comes to you, it comes in 3 pieces. You'll have the skull, and then you'll have the horns. They'll be detached. And what I mean is, so this is the one that I received from them it came to me broken. But when it comes to you, it'll come in 3 pieces. And then you will attach the skulls and hang it with the wire that's already attached to the skull. Now, when this one came to me, this one is very large skull. It's larger than my other one, and it's somewhat heavy. But as you can see, it had a crack from the eye that comes all the way down and back here. But all I did was pull it back together and attach a piece of zip tie. And unless you're close to it, it's not noticeable. But still, because of that, I emailed them and talked to them, and they let me keep this skull, and just for the price of shipping, sent me another skull. Pretty much for free. Their customer service is outstanding. And so I just took this one and hung it in the garage over the toolbox. And then they sent me another skull that was perfect. And you can't really blame them. Their shipping and packing was great. But shipping couriers are terrible these days. But it does come to you in 3 pieces. And the first one I ordered, I didn't expect it to come to me in pieces like that. And it takes a little, it's like putting together a puzzle. Getting those horns on there the way you like them, and the way they're supposed to fit. I actually had to take a grinder to one and shave a little bit off to get it to fit the way that I wanted it to fit. But it was all on that first skull, the one that was broken. It required the work. And I bought that one initially as a gift for my wife. And when it came, it was broken. So I was very disappointed. But they sent a new one, and then that one came in. And I did a little grinding on the skull to get the horns to fit the way that I wanted them to. And was extremely happy with that one. And then I ordered the ram skull, and it's my own negligence, but I ordered this, and I wanted it to be like wall decor. Not thinking actually how it was made, that this thing wouldn't fit on the wall. And there's Skull Bliss sells little mounts, bracket mounts that allow you to sit it on a table, but it does not. It won't mount on a wall. I'm sure if you were creative enough, you can come up with something that would work. But I didn't. I just I set it on a safe, and then I ordered me something that would hang on the wall, which is when I got this one. And with some experience with these skulls and having a few of them, I came up with ways to make them more aesthetically pleasing to me, user-friendly. And so what I did is when I received this ram and this buffalo skull here, the horns fit on pretty great, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like that gap it leaves where the horn mates up to the skull, so, and I don't like the fact that the horns are, they fit loosely. So what I did is I drilled a hole and put a screw in it, and And so now the horns are on here solid. And then I just took some twine from Hobby Lobby and wrapped it to fill the gap. And it looks like it's supposed to come like that. It looks great now. And I did the same thing to the Ram. And it's solid. You know, the horns don't rattle or move or nothing. It works great. So, in my opinion, the fit and finish of these things are outstanding. Some, like I said, some companies, individual people sell these, you know, $8,000–9,000. And in my opinion, I've seen them. I haven't owned them, but they're not twice as good as these, if any better at all. The attention to detail and stuff put into these are amazing, especially for $300. You can hardly buy anything for $300 anymore. And so the fact that you can get something this cool for $300 is pretty amazing. So my recommendation, if you're thinking about getting a carved skull, Skull Bliss is the way to go. And you could buy with confidence. You know, their customer service is amazing. In my opinion, also, when you get it, think about drilling those holes in the back. Bolt your horns in so they stay. Get you some twine to wrap around them. Takes you a few minutes, and it, in my opinion, looks way better. And it's something else I want to bring up is it comes with this wire for hanging, and it just hooks to the bone here. Depending on where you hang it, you may not care. You just put it on a wall. I would put it in a stud. They have a little weight to them for sure. But what I did is I put a secondary safety wire on the one that's hanging over my wife's bed. So it has this wire that it hooks to the screw that's in the stud, and then I have a secondary wire that's hooked to another separate screw in the stud. So if this bone breaks away or gives away, it'll have a secondary catch. You wouldn't want this thing falling on you, your wife, or kids in the middle of the night. That would be tragic. Well, yeah, it's a great deal. If you're thinking about getting a skull from Skull Bliss, I highly recommend. They are great to work with, and with a few simple modifications, you can tailor it to what you like, and they're great conversation pieces. People's eyes are drawn to them immediately when they enter the room, and even upon closer inspection, they stay impressed. All right, I hope this helped anyone looking or in the market for a carved skull, wall decor, office decor. These things are great. All right, have a good day.